Hey guys, Randy here at etrailer.Com. Today we're taking a look at a parking curb from TowSmart. Now this curb, it's going to be a nice large size, and basically it's going to help you in a lot of different situations, whether that's in a garage, maybe a parking lot, or an enclosed trailer, car hauling trailer, to identify where you need to park. Oftentimes when loading a trailer, you'll pull up to a certain point to get the appropriate tongue weight pushing down on the front. It helps you to safely tow. This would be a great solution for that. Once you determine where that vehicle needs to be, you can fasten this right down to the trailer. Each time you pull in, it's going to give you that stop point. Just like with a lot of race cars going in enclosed trailers. If you get too close, we want to maximize the space we have, of course. We want to park it as close to the wall as we can, or get it as far in as we can. And without this, sometimes you just kind of go up and you might bump the end of the trailer. Could cause damage to the trailer, could cause damage to the car. This is going to eliminate that for you. Also, garages are a big thing. You always see the tennis balls that'll hang down from the ceiling, or sometimes there's electronic monitors and things like that. This is going to be right in line with that, kind of the same solution. Now it's a pretty dense rubber material. There's not a lot of give or a lot of flex to it. You can see it's pretty solid. Some customers talk about odor when it comes to rubber products, and there's really none associated with this. You can see we're going to have two attachment points here. So coming in through the top, you can see our larger holes. We could put lag screws down through there if we're going into wood. We could put bolts through here if we're going into metal. Or if you did want to mount this to a solid surface, say like concrete or something, you could use a 7/16 inch anchor it right out to the floor. So a lot of good options here. We'll go over some measurements just to give you an idea of what you're going to be looking at. We'll go first with the height. I can angle that up just a little bit, maybe get out of your way. You can see we're right at about 3.5 inches there as far as height goes. As far as width, go that way. You can see about 5 3/4 of an inch. Overall length, about 21 3/8 of an inch. The hole diameter down here, it's about 7/16 of an inch. So 7/16 inch lag bolts, anchors, whatever you need to get in there, 7/16 inch bolts. And then our upper hole here, it starts out at about 1 3/8 inches side to side, but it does have a little bit of a taper to it. So I'd say if you were going to put a washer on top, as long as it wasn't larger than about 1 inch in diameter, you should be able to get that down in there and give your bolt something to press down and on. Now it gets great reviews. People say that they like the way it works. One guy mentioned that he had it just sitting on his floor in his garage, and if he bumped into it too hard, it would kind of scoot forward, like that. The thing I think is, as your tire comes in, if you just gently touch it, it's going to apply a little bit of downward force. That's going to help to prevent that sliding. But certainly if we hit it at a little bit hotter speed and we don't have it fastened, it's probably something that's going to move around a little bit for you. It does have reflective strips on it. You can see here on the front, we've got it there on the back. That can help with tripping hazards and stuff. There are areas on either end as well, here and here, or on each end, that also did have that reflective tape on there. I don't expect that to last very long. If I'm being honest with you, I've already had to try to put this on here a few times. I think once you get it, after a little while, this is going to peel off. You'll be left with the black rubber unless you want to try to reapply it or find something else to add to it. But all in all, it's a really good, effective product, with the exception of that reflective strip. I think that, again, it's going to come off pretty quick. But in the situation I needed to have a vehicle stop, I think it would be great, especially with the race cars. It's not so high of a profile as what we see out of some of the other things. So as the cars get lower, or maybe on like a Corvette, as the cars get lower, with that shorter height, that front spoiler, that front fascia will be able to go over to the top of it. So all in all, I think it's going to be a good product. wouldn't rely on this for very long, but if I had the need, it would certainly be something that I would buy.